Like, I think in the clip I say things like, your is slandering me or something, and there's like a bunch of guys around me.
That's the artwork you got excited for? Bro, homie, this is your actions. This is not Kumo's fault. This is your fault for doing these things. Stop trying to use Kumo as a scapegoat. It was late for me. So I asked leading questions for them to make my video sound better. Bullshit. You already knew in your head what kind of video you were going to make at the time. Why is he talking like this? Oh, I was being selfless defending a groomer, or trying to not do the research to understand why people are mad at this person and why the evidence stacks against them. Bro, don't you have some autonomy to understand that both of these people are insane? There's no way for me to be like remotely charitable to Jar anymore. It's just literally impossible.
You're suing a man and you ended with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum! Oh, I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
So this is Jar apparently doing a call, as you can see from the timestamps here, on 1/26/2025. If you remember, Jar uploaded his video. I want to say it was maybe a little after this. Let me just double check my timestamps here. January 18th. So yep, this is a few days after Jar released the response video. So this is an interview that he did with a channel called Ace Space. All right, let's see how Jar handles this one.
Hello?
Remember when he said he was planning on not coming back until August? Like, he wasn't going to do any other content. He wasn't going to do like literally anything. He was going to leave the internet until August. Jar, why are you doing interviews with less than 1,000 sub YouTube channels? Still, why are you doing this, Jar?
Hey, Jar.
Hello, Ace.
All right.
Oh, he's already on the 1 HP voice. Hello, Ace. Hello, Ace. He's already on the 1 HP voice.
Yeah, I guess it's time for the call then.
All right.
So, I guess like I had a lot of questions to ask you with your video, and this is an attempt to try to get your side up, obviously. So, for starters, I was brought a claim to me, not yesterday, but during the live stream, that there were some parts that you were allegedly lying about, and I wanted to hear your side about it. So, are you familiar with your segment? Like, you remember your segment with the Ponder thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, when
he doesn't sound too happy that that's immediately what he's being pressed on, is the Ponder story. The Mally story, all that. He doesn't sound happy. This is already starting off well.
You said in your video that she made that maid dress with without your consent, right? I was told that Ponder had your consent.
Are you serious? We're pressing him on the fucking maid dress allegation of consent of artwork. Are you kidding me?
Well, I have no idea. Like, I really don't remember. I mean, if there's evidence that I gave her my consent, then there's that. But I don't.
You can't just brush that off. That's showing like one. Oh God. Okay, we're already starting off strong with Jar lying about something. So it's so minute, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the long run. Okay, it's not one of the bigger lies. But the problem is, Jar, that now what you've done is essentially thrown up into the air. If you're gonna lie about something small like that or not do research on that, what else are you lying about, Jar?
Definitely wasn't in contact with her with the thumbnail thing, and I did say.
He's too autistic to lie. Jar is innocent. I know Queeman's community is doing the whole the whole Jar redemption arc meme, but he is funny. I will give it that. He is funny to laugh at. I will agree with Queeman and his community on that, but I can't. The autism's too much for me.
I don't really care.
Right, yeah. I mean, the only thing I just feel, it's a little weird personally to be included, but like these were DMs I was given by, I guess, Lyle for Ponder or something like that, of like what you guys had. Doesn't really show much besides...
Oh, why are we skipping past
like these
that?
were DMs I was given by, I guess, Lyle for Ponder or something like that, of like what you guys had. Doesn't
Comes with cats, sitting whilst having a cat allergies. Join the chat when you are ready. Okay, I'm going to grab some food real quick. Some kind of like background art, and then Ponder Sprocket just sent the art.
Really show much besides her having a conversation with you.
Okay. Yo, Ponder, you on. Okay, so she just sent work to him privately. He didn't have an issue with it in that moment.
And
so I can see where the lying's coming from.
I mean, I don't.
Can we keep him as a pet? I don't want to keep Jar as a pet. I'm afraid of that.
I don't see how this implies consent. I don't really care.
Yeah, and plus everyone's telling me that he posted it on DeviantArt as well, so he was okay with it. He posted it on DeviantArt for everyone to look at.
allegation, I guess, like from her side, is just apparently she asked you in a call, which obviously is going to be he said, she said.
Isn't it amazing that, like, time and time again, the evidence of,
Yes, Jar has a DeviantArt account, or he used to have a DeviantArt account, whichever of the two.
of what I've done
I refuse to go on DeviantArt, so go find it.
is in calls that are not recorded.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
then-
I wouldn't see the point of recording this call.
It's just I'm the liar when it comes to he said, she said, and that's how it happens.
Right. I see. And like I know like another thing that was brought up is I guess
You see, Jar should stop being a pussy and going on these small streamer streams and come on to like something that is bigger. You know, he should go back on Chud Logic. You know what?
I
No.
remember Jar doing an Autism Master racing car video.
What he should do is go on Queeman. I would kill for a Queeman Just a Robot interview. That'd be great content.
the timeline of how it went. You remember your Jaden Animations video? It was, I guess, I was only sent a clip of it, but it was about you talking about like if people don't want to make Jaden, like if she doesn't want porn made of her character, then you shouldn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
That clip was sent to me, and apparently the timeline of that was like this is how it was framed to me. So I'm asking you. Apparently you made that video after the whole Jaden Animation NSFW thing happened. Would that be accurate? Okay.
Yeah, years later I changed my mind on that. I never sent that picture out, and it's not even then.
Well, that clip also has additional context where Jar turns around and says, I never, I only requested nude artwork once, or like pornographic, not safe for work artwork once or twice in my life, which isn't true. His video with over 200,000 views has a section where he talks about how he wants people to draw gay pornography of him in general. And then also from what Lyos stated, Jar's entire Twitter page, if you scroll all the way back, was constantly asking for porn of him. So that's a lie.
And I don't think that picture is that NSFW. I mean, I was always planning to talk about the Jaden porn thing eventually, because I'm going to be honest here, you can come across it just by accident if you just search up Google Jaden Animations on Google Images. So I think I was originally planning to use that as a thumbnail. I just didn't get to that video for like years. And
you were going to use that Jaden drawing that the miner made as a thumbnail art? What is wrong with you?
by the time I did, I completely forgot that was drawn for me.
Right. Okay. Because I guess like there's also a second thing in that clip that was a little interesting. I know like in your video you say something like along the lines that the manga common art and the Jaden Animation things was like the only thing like either NSFW/porn thing that you requested.
Ooh, okay, Ace. Okay. This is a question I was not expecting to be brought up.
As far as I remember, yes.
Yeah, and I think in that same
Oh my god, as far as I remember, Jar. The Daft PETA video is not that old. The Jaden Animations porn video is not that old. Your Twitter account still has active tweets asking for it. Come on. Are we really going to cope with, I just remember it this way? Come on. These people are weird about Jaden. There's something about like the animation or the art community that has a weird hyperfixation on Jaden Animations. Okay, that's cool. Someone just invited me to hatchet throwing and beer. Based!
clip, you say something like that. If you
I
want
love that.
to make porn of my character, I don't care. Like,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but I'm not going to like go up to someone in DMs and be like, hey, please make porn of me. Like, if you want to make porn of me, go ahead. I don't care.
But the way that you framed it was that you've only asked for two times you've asked for not safe for work artwork, which was the manga common stuff, and then also the artwork involving Jaden Animations. That's a lie.
Nuts.
Now you're framing it for asking for pornographic artwork to be made in general, which is what you stated, to, well, I never asked people in DMs other than 2 times. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie.
I see. All right, hold on one moment, because that was also something.
It's either a lie or you are so retarded that you couldn't, like, position your argument properly.
Screenshot too. I guess it would count as a contradiction to the word that you said, but I don't know. This one is what I was said. That's what I'm referring to.
About when something retold, always in wrong, but like, I don't know, from Remember the Dirge, just covering his ass. He is covering his ass. It's total bullshit.
Because apparently you said this on Twitter. Do you have to remember the context of that or no?
It was, yeah, I've seen it. It's me saying, like, I think in the clip I say things like, your dick is slandering me or something, and there's like a bunch of guys around me.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's the artwork you got excited for?
It's hard to remember because exactly what it was, because well, there's nothing there in that screenshot. Kind of weird that people look through my Twitter that far back.
Jar, you can't ever say that it's weird that somebody looked that far back on your Twitter account when you lie on a video. You also have the Tower of Babel on everything anyone's ever done in the art commentary community, because according to you, you are the Batman of ACC. You can't complain if somebody looks that far back. You can't do it, Jar. You can't. That's where Ace should have pressed and be like, what do you mean that's weird? You literally told a groomer in a call, unironically, that you have the Tower of Babel on everybody in art commentary.
Okay, because
I'm to be honest here, you have to be a good sport when stuff like that happens. You can't just be like, no, please don't do this. I guess.
Yes, you can. You can be like, bro, this is fucking weird. When Beckett sends me artwork that his community makes of me, I tell Beckett, go away. I don't like this. Like, I tell Beckett that. You put it, you stomp it out.
Yes, I could have ignored it as well, but, you know, eventually, no matter who you are on the internet, eventually you're going to have gay porn drawn of you depending on how big you get. So I was like, yeah.
Oh my god. It's just something I have to accept. Jar just has to accept that gay porn will be made. It's just a normal thing that happens, apparently.
About time something like this happened.
Okay. I mean, okay, I get, like, that perspective. I guess, like, it would just be like...
I don't get that perspective. I think that's insanity.
A clip of you saying, like, in your own video, you say, like, these are, like, the only 2 instances I've either asked or requested it. And I guess in your video, it would technically count as a contradiction if you said, if you want to make gay porn of my character, go for it. But...
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to make porn of my character, go for it, but I'm not going to say make porn of my character. There's, like, a difference. Like...
There's not a difference. You're telling people to draw not safe for work artwork of you, and you're okay with that. And you basically signaled that to your audience to do it. That is you asking people to do it.
I think, it's a retarded analogy, but think of it like a washed car.
Oh god, here we go.
If you want to go up to my car and wash it and clean it for me, awesome. I'm happy if you did that, or I don't mind. But if I, like, told you, hey, can you wash your car for me, that's a request.
Right, so you're more saying the difference is these are things you've generally requested versus what you're giving consent to, right?
Right.
Okay. I guess, yeah, I can see it from that angle.
Christ, that would have been a lot more fucking... I would have been a lot more fucking hard in this interview.
Right. And I guess, like, let's see, because there's a couple other things with the video. Personally, when I watched it, right, it kind of felt like there were some moments that it felt like you were blaming other things than, you know, taking accountability. For example, right, there's a moment in the video that you even say that Himpleton's cancellation put a significant amount more attention onto your cancellation, as if it was...
I forgot that he blamed the Himpleton cancellation. Himpleton, the Himpleton curse, the commentary jonkler. His curse took out just the robot.
Kind of like his fault for why you're getting canceled, or at least he was like a big part of it.
Let me breathe for a second.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that statement was factually true. I said him getting canceled caused my drama to blow up even more.
No, it didn't. It didn't. Here's why. The only thing about you involving that drama was because Himpleton said he was running a gay op on you, which everyone said was bad. And that you shouldn't be talking to Himpleton, that Himpleton should not be coaching you in calls. That is the extent of it. Your actions, your words are what made it worse. It wasn't Himpleton being canceled.
I wasn't blaming anything on him. I just said something that is absolutely true. Him getting canceled did make my drama blow up more. Now,
no, it did not. It was a small community laugh at a retard moment. It didn't blow up your drama more.
It's like only added like maybe 5% of it, but it's not like I really don't know how I came across as putting all the blame on Himpleton.
Well, not all on Himpleton. I feel like there's a couple examples I would say. Like Himpleton's just one of them. Another one I would say is
to pay Jar for the Tower of Babel.
I'm not actually
I imagine it to be the ACC Diddy list. If his prices is high, get other channels get all their funds to get the doc.
I am not actually gonna pay Just a Robot for the Tower of Babel folder.
Seems like even
it would be funny. I think it would be hilarious to have to have the Tower of Babel, but there's no way I'm gonna pay Jar for that.
Blame the reason why you uploaded your video just because Kubo uploaded your early video.
What's the firecracker effect? I don't know. It's just this fucking... It's Ace's mic.
Like early version first, a day before that you were planning to upload it anyways. And
yeah, in the morning. But the thing is, like, I was waiting for my roommate to come home to do extra research, reach out to Birdie, all this stuff.
Why do you have to... Oh my lord. Bro, this is the argument that everyone's still having, okay? This is the obfuscation bullshit. Well, Kumo uploaded the YouTube video before I was able to, so I panicked uploading my video. So what? How does that change anything? Even before hindsight, that doesn't change the action that was made. You're the retard that didn't actually do the research necessary. You're the retard that panicked and uploaded because Kumo ripped your rough draft script. Stop obfuscating.
And even then, I've never, ever had a video of mine leaked out early, especially, let alone one with such a sensitive topic where I'm going against the grain. So I did panic upload it with what...
And I still don't buy that shit. I don't. I think it's pathetic that you even did that in the first place.
I had. But I'm going to be honest here. Let's just say, for all I know, I could have reached out to Birdie, and I could have made an even worse video, for all I know. I just never had someone leak out a video of mine early because...
I could have had a worse video if I reached out to Birdie. Well, yeah, if you bought everything that Birdie was saying, yeah, that video would be a complete nightmare. After covering the Birdie stuff as extensively as I have, if Jar, Jar's right there. If Jar took Birdie at their word, that video would have been infinitely worse. But Jar's like making it a victim thing. He's like, well, I uploaded the video early. You know, I could have made a worse video if Kumo didn't do that. You know, it's not a defense, Jar. You're still an idiot for buying into what City Bear told you. You're still an idiot for panic uploading.
Because...
I mean, realistically, what I would have thought if it happened on that day, to be honest, you probably would have got nothing from Birdie. Birdie's been ignoring every commentator. So it kind of just makes me wonder if the results would have changed that.
I wish total Birdie death. All right? Total Birdie destruction. I feel no sympathy for Birdie. Okay? Total Birdie death.
That much, to be honest, whether Kumo leaked it or not.
That is true, but then there's also my roommate coming home and looking over the doc with him and also doing extra research, looking over a whole bunch of videos on the topic. You see, I'm dyslexic, so
Oh my god, he's still going the dyslexic angle. Do you ever deviate from, like, the most obvious retarded fucking points, Jar? Do you ever do that? Do you ever just stop saying the same fucking shit that you always say? I'm dyslexic. I didn't actually read it right because I'm dyslexic. Just stop. Stop! You shouldn't be doing these kinds of videos then. Oh my god. I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah. I do my research in a very different way from most people because of how bad my dyslexia is. And I was waiting for my roommate to come home. He was on a business trip.
Okay, if you had to wait... Again, I can't believe I'm repeating myself here and that he is still doing this fucking argument. It doesn't matter that you were waiting for the roommate. You could have put out a statement saying, Kumo uploaded a rough draft of my video. I'm still ongoing. It has been recorded, but there were going to be changes added to it. Please be patient. Do not take this as the actual video that I'm making. That's all you had to do. You didn't have to upload the actual video. Like...
At a really bad time, and then I got so shocked by Kumo leaking out that video.
Oh my god, he got scared of Kumo uploading his video early. It's so pathetic.
But who knows? I might have told for all I know, I might have told my roommate, hey, I think my video looks good enough. I don't want to do any further research. I'm just going to upload it as is, because I understand the video looks like it's fully edited.
Why are we playing like whataboutism? Well, I could have done it this way, or I could have done it that way, or I could have felt this way, or I could have went that way. Why? Why are we talking about the situation that happened?
But if you've seen the old version of my Cindy video, the one where I was bashing her, I don't know if you came across that. That was also pretty much fully edited, and I reused a lot of it for the current draft I had. I ended up uploading. Realistically speaking, I think I could have just changed 10% of my Cindy video to make it completely different.
No, I don't think 10% change was enough for people to buy into it. You just had to disavow City Bear. You just had to shit on City Bear. It's super easy.
Jar thinks he's Batman. At best, he is Kite Man.
He is Kite Man. He is Kite Man.
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
No, Ace, not I guess. Even if he changed the video 10%, it would still be a terrible video.
Todd Batman is Jar.
It would still be a terrible video.
Personally, I just feel like...
He literally can't admit that he was wrong about the City Bear stuff. He can't do it.
Not much would have changed, if I'm going to be, like, blatantly honest, just because, like, it was literally going to be a day before. Like, it was a day before it was uploaded. I know you said you're going to do more research into it, but it's like, I guess I would just ask why pass the early version around?
Well, plan to upload is always a maybe, but I want to get others' thoughts on it, bounce ideas off of people. I've been doing this with multiple other videos. I've had...
Why would you send it to a group of people that are cool with somebody who hates your guts? Why would you do that then? Why aren't you sending it to people that you trust?
Many people check over my videos. Like, I've done this with Lio, I've done this with Peaches, I've done this with my roommate especially, because I'm, let's be honest here, I'm not the most socially aware person, so sometimes it's good to get...
I'm not the most socially aware person, so I need a committee of people to tell me if my video is good.
Feedback from others, and...
I mean, I guess, just to, not to mean, like, to cut you off or anything, but have you ever had Romantic Goblin like revise your videos before this?
Could you repeat that?
Have you ever had Romantic Goblin revise your videos before this?
Nope. It's just she was connected
Then why were you sending it to her?
to the situation so much that I thought she knew what was going on because according to her and Kumo, they talked with Cine and she was completely honest with them and all this other stuff. This was the first time.
Which is, you're retarded for listening to sub-retard shitters talking to a groomer about their drama and buying what they're saying. You don't know Romantic Goblin. Kumo hates you. Why would you do this?
First time I ever asked Goblin to look over something for me. This was actually the first time I ever interacted with her. I didn't think she would send it to Kumo after I explicitly told her, don't show it to anyone.
But she's a stranger, you fucking retard!
So, this was even, like you said, this was your first time.
She gave it to Jibs. Jibs gave it to Kumo. I think that's what happened. But why would he even trust Romantic Goblin in the first place?
Been interacting with Goblin, right?
Yep.
Okay. I know sometimes you lack social awareness, but what would make you like have so much trust in the Goblin not to send it?
Oh my god, thank you, Ace. You're asking a real question. Thank god. Alright, chat. Chat, we have to vote. Does Jar say that he's just retarded? Or does he actually own up to the fact that he doesn't understand literally anything about humanity? Like he's like an actual fucking android. Which one is it, chat? Which one is it?
I mean, you're like a 200K figure, right? Like, if anything.
I know. It's just, I've never had that happen before. This was the first time something like this has ever happened.
Weaponized incompetence.
I guess I just got lucky up to this point. The only other problems I've ever had was people leaking that I was in a group, and that's it.
You know what? All right. How about, did you have Rololin at least revise it, or no?
Who?
Rololin.
Rololin.
Around, like, you know, like your Cinebear video, did you have Rololin ever go look through it?
I apologize. I don't think I know who that is.
No. Well, yeah, you know who it is. He is. We talked about him yesterday as well. He's literally like the guy that was talking to you a little bit.
Rel?
Yeah. Oh, you know him as Rel. Okay. Yeah. His full name is Rololin on YouTube.
No, I didn't. At that point, I didn't want anyone to check over my responses or anything. The only two people I showed it to was my girlfriend and roommate, and one other YouTuber who I would prefer to keep anonymous, but he's someone who's known me for many years.
Okay, so I'm just kind of confused because, like, obviously you have like people that are like your friends that you can trust on the platform, right? It's like I just don't know why you would revise it with a stranger. I mean, I don't know. I kind of get confused with that decision a little bit.
I understand it was mostly because she was so connected to the situation. And I also asked Akumu and Miss Anthroponi, as I proved in my video. It was a very stupid decision I made.
And then you also threw Akumu under the bus. You attempted to use Akumo to build credibility. Are you kidding?
Trusting her with that information.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna like drill into it too much because obviously you understand. But
yeah, I'm just after this, literally one of the top 5 videos I didn't want to get leaked out before it was ready, got leaked out. So I'm just not going to have people look over videos unless I know them IRL.
Akumu didn't even know Jar used their logs in the video. Oh, that makes it even worse. Oh, I had no idea about that log.
At this point.
I mean, that's probably going to be the smarter move, to be honest. At least if you literally like interacted with them for like over a year, maybe. But like, I don't know. It's just, yeah, I get it. I guess I get it.
Can you give me an example of a video getting leaked out aside from mine?
A video getting leaked out, like in general?
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Like aside from mine.
Well, I'm going to be honest. Not a lot of people make the decision to give their response videos or their, covering like a very controversial topics to complete strangers to review.
Oh, Ace, you just had to kill him on that one.
So normally it doesn't get leaked out per se. I'm trying to think of like one where it happens, but usually people don't make that decision.
I understand. It was just because she was close to the situation, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people have done this before me. It just didn't happen.
I mean, I get, okay, like, I'm really not trying to like hammer in, but like I get that like, okay, Goblin was involved in the situation. Yes, 100% get that. But like, wouldn't you have at least known that like, Kubo and like, their whole like group at least dislike you? I mean, you always talk about like how the art community hates you. So it's just
the Kumo and Goblin are more anti-art CC, to be fair.
But you're also hated by the anti-art CC people. You know this. You know Kumo hates your guts. Why would you trust that, you fucking idiot? Why?
But even sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, they're more anti-art CC, to be fair. But I didn't want to interact. I didn't show it to Kumo because like I didn't know what he would do because Kumo can be a bit unpredictable, and I didn't think Goblin would send it to Kumo. I didn't think...
You knew that Kumo and Goblin were working together. Of course Goblin's gonna show it to people. Oh my god.
That would happen, and I didn't think, even if he did get it, he would upload it so soon. And it just threw me for a loop because I was surprised. I was like, Kumo, you're already kind of on the losing side here. Probably not the best idea to make more problems for yourself, but...
Dude, he's literally trying to deflect onto Kumo now. He's like, well, Kumo made a lot of bad decisions. He's not really on a good side right now. Bro, homie, This is your actions. This is not Kumo's fault. This is your fault for doing these things. Stop trying to use Kumo as a scapegoat. I hate Kumo, but stop using him as a fucking scapegoat.
I think he saw me as a way to get out of the situation, but I don't know. I don't know what's in the guy's heart. This is just me guessing, and right now I'm autistically rambling, so I'm going to stop.
You're not autistically rambling. What you're trying to do is throw Kumo under the bus and say, well, it's Kumo's fault that all this happened.
I mean, I think it's very clear Kumo does not like you by any constellation of the imagination.
That's understatement of the decade.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very much of an understatement. But
I may not be the most socially aware person, but I don't think people who call me a rapist are fans of me.
Or a bigoted racist.
Oh, right there. Again, he's got to bring up the victim card mentality. Kumo said I was a rapist. Yes, Jar, that was a bad thing that happened. But we need to focus on the fact that you were the idiot that uploaded the video in a panic.
Yeah, like, he called you a lot of things. Yeah, he called you a lot.
Yeah, he also did say at one point that he saw Kumo winning debates, so he felt comfortable about the City Bear stuff. So now it went from I'm pro Kumo and all these cool things he was doing to Kumo's a piece of shit, which to be fair, Kumo did call Jar a rapist, and he can feel that way, but he's kind of forgetting all the nice shit he said.
A lot of things. But let me think. I guess like another thing where it kind of felt like a little bit like of an excuse.
What debates did he win? I have no fucking idea. Against tards on Twitter?
In my opinion, which I know you're probably going to say it's because you're dyslexic, but it's like it kind of felt like you were even like blaming the size of the document for it being like too long of why you didn't like go over all of it, or at least
which is what he did. He showed the document pages and was literally really trying to emphasize that in the videos. He was.
I understand. I do still stand behind what I said. I do think the shorter document was a lot better. Like the first document I was like looking over and I was like, wow, this is all over the place. But I will admit, absolutely, I should have done better research.
Oh my God.
Is on me.
All right. I mean, fair enough.
But the problem is that even with the better research and even with the information that you had in front of you with the third document that you're saying, well, I would have had time to look at this other document, maybe change my mind. Dude, you still in your response video said that Cinny's not a pedophile. Like, I'm going to be honest. Cinny is. Cinny has a, in your own words, a multiple repeat offender of sending rape pornography and rape fetish artwork to children to get them comfortable enough to engage with the rape fetish artwork. Jar, the second document was enough for that. You didn't need the third document for that.
And I guess like there's
and yeah, he's like, yeah, I fucked up, but you can make an argument that City Bear is a groomer / pedophile. That's crazy.
Just remembering off the top of my head, there's also like a thing around that you said at the end of the video, right? I was kind of like confused with it. You said something along the lines of, like, I'm paraphrasing here because I don't remember it 100%. Something along the lines of, I would love to like go and debunk every single little thing, but I feel like if I made this video any longer, no one would watch it. Something along those lines. Do you remember that?
I said I wanted to debunk more claims about me, but if I made this video longer, people won't watch it because, in my humble experience, when response videos are too long, people tend to not watch them, and maybe not the smartest thing to say, but I felt like if I went into more detail or talked about things for longer, like sometimes saying less is
What did you want to argue, Jar? What did you want to argue?
more. Because, I mean, like, look at what I'm in right now, just with what I've said, so many questions. If it was longer, it would have been even more questions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like if it was longer, definitely more people would have watched the full thing. 100%, I feel like, just because, like, with what I even seen with, like, your video on Cine.
Like, I know I would have watched it.
That was nearly, like, what, like an hour and 40-ish minutes? Like,
yeah, and
and people watched the whole thing of that. And
yeah, because it was,
minutes.
Yeah, it was, you know.
You know what? He's got no response to that. He's like, you made a whole hour and 40-minute video on City Bear, and people watched it all the way through and criticized the video. And Ace is like, well, you said that you wanted to debunk more and make the video longer, and your cope was, oh, well, nobody would watch my video. Everyone watched the video.
I mean, it is a different ballpark. That Cine video was much more heavily edited. I mean, I didn't want to heavily edit my response video because I thought that would make people think I was having fun with it. And that...
Are you retarded? If you make a well-crafted response video with receipts, proof that these claims are false, people are more inclined to pay attention to that. That is the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
Could have reflected poorly on me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think you just had to heavily edit it. I mean, there probably could have been a couple more things to respond to, because I know, like, some things were still asked, which I did kind of ask a little bit before, but it's just some of the things that you said in that interview. Like, for example, like, I think we definitely talked about this one, but it was, like, even, like, the 16-year-old thing with the phrasing of that, I feel like it would have been helpful to you to, you know, frame that a bit better, you know, frame your understanding, like, you know, your thought process a bit better in the video about that, because obviously a lot of people got the impression of, oh, if this guy sees a 16-year-old, he's trying to get out of there because he can't trust himself, which obviously...
Oh, yes, I forgot he said that. He's like, oh, I see a 16-year-old at the pool. I'm going to run away. I forgot he said that. Holy shit, Ace, you bringing that up is keyno.
We explained, and that's not what you meant.
Yeah, I didn't want like single guy in a pool. Obviously, I didn't know her age, but when I was by myself and that family showed up, I was like, I was almost done anyway, so I was like, I kind of want to get out of here. Plus, I won't lie, this was when I used to go on high.
That's not what you said. That's not. Whoa, wait a minute. That's not what you said, Jar. What you said was, if I'm in a pool and I see a 16-year-old in a bikini, I need to get out of there. I need to run away. Jar, that's not what you said. It's not a family thing. Wait a minute.
Single guy in a pool. Obviously,
In the video about that, because obviously a lot of people got the impression of, oh, if this guy sees a 16-year-old, he's trying to get out of there because he can't trust himself. Which obviously we explained, and that's not what you meant.
yeah, I didn't want like single guy in a pool. Obviously, I didn't
So what is with the single guy in the pool thing?
know her age, but when I was by myself and that family showed up, I was like, I was almost done anyway, so I was like, I kind of want to get out of here. Plus, I won't lie, this was when I used to go on high swims. That's when you smoke weed and swim, and weed does make you very paranoid.
We're blaming it on the weed again. Autistic people need to be banned from smoking weed. Done. Weed is illegal for autistic people from here on out. I am making a decree. No more. If you are autistic, you're not allowed to smoke marijuana anymore, because then you're saying retarded shit. How are you blaming the weed on this?
Right, yeah. I mean,
Honestly, I think the reaction to what I said kind of proves my point. Like, if me just saying, hey, that could have happened, and people are reacting like this, then I think I was smart, because I just don't want to be around in a situation like that with someone.
It's the way that you said it that made you sound like a creep. All you had to, you didn't even need to make that analogy in the first place. That's a crazy thing for you to say.
Dressed like that in the water. I mostly just swim by myself.
yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Okay, I want to make this clear. I'm not saying, oh, I don't like, I might have done something because she was dressed like that. No, I just didn't feel comfortable. I got out of the water and I left. I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, exactly. When you
But like, how do you get uncomfortable? You're in a public pool, bro. You're just swimming in the pool. Who cares if there's a family there? That's the point that everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
when you elaborate on it, yeah, it makes sense. I think everyone
No, it doesn't.
took it the wrong way because of how you worded it. It just came off weird.
Well, it was also because I was really hated at that time.
Bullshit, George, the way you fucking said it. So George is trying to say we all purposely and maliciously interpret that incorrectly. On purpose. Bro, what are you... It's the way you said it. It's the way you said it that made all of us go, what the fuck is he talking about?
I mean, that could have been part of it, but I feel like
His robo-rape sensors are activated. Disavow. Disavow. Disavow.
you're definitely being hated. And there's an increased chance to be like clip chimped or purposely misunderstood by bad actors. I feel like you should definitely consider a lot more of your wording. 100%.
I mean, I've seen so many videos of men being perceived as predators just by minding their own business and sitting there, so I don't want to be put in a situation.
What? What do you mean? Dude, if you're sitting there doing absolutely nothing, if you're at a water park, okay, and you're laying on the bench just sitting there like this, and a family comes and sits down next to you, and there's a teenage girl there, you shouldn't be saying to yourself, I have to leave, I'm terrified of what I'm gonna do, or what's gonna happen to me. What? Why? You're sitting at you're sitting in a chair. You're in a public pool. Who gives a shit? That's why people said it was weird. What the fuck, Jar?
Situation like that myself.
Yeah, I'm not saying stay in the pool, Jar. No, I'm not. I'm not saying that.
Nobody's saying stay in the pool, but it's also weird that he has this paranoia that he's gonna be called a pedophile.
Your Honor, the boof and my autism made me look like a creep.
I just can't believe that.
Understand your thought process now. Right, like it's just like I mean I think if you clarified that in your response, like maybe that like could have been like a segment in your response video for that, and like the other thing was
Yeah, that was an important thing that you should have fucking talked about.
the 14-year-old thing. I think a lot of people were confused that you called it a honeypot situation, which
It's because it was. This was right after Chaos 55T and me started going at it, and like right after it started, I saw that and I said, I know this is someone who doesn't like me using this account, so that's why I immediately blocked, because I was afraid that no matter what I said, it would have been twisted into something bad. So I just immediately blocked that account.
But if you're just like wait, hold on. Okay, wait. If an account reaches out to you and you don't know the age of the person and you talk to them like a normal human being, and then they're like, hey, I'm 14, and there's nothing, and you had no sexualized conversations, no asking, do you want to see my cock or anything like that. If somebody tries to leak that, you just go, dude, I didn't know their age. They told me the age and I stopped talking to them and blocked them right there. To be honest, You shouldn't be talking to random people on the internet anyways. You shouldn't be getting into random DM conversations with them anyways, because you can't verify the age of people. Very well. So, like, what? It's weird to call it a honeypot. What could you said that could have been used against you? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, I think like it was even like that Chud that said it. Like just using the word honeypot just kind of like implies that there's interest.
Yes, thank you, Ace.
Or something like that, which is why I felt like that might have been like a bad choice of wording.
Well, I understand the phrase honeypot from an episode of Archer where they say,
Jar, you don't live in the real fucking world. You don't live in the real world. You. This is the problem I have with the art commentary community, okay? They all live in television shows. They live in cartoons. They don't live in the real fucking world. Jar, we don't live in cartoons. This is the real world. Jar, this is the real fucking world. I can't live like this anymore.
It's where you get blackmail on someone. It's not me doing the honeypotting. It's obviously the other person doing the honeypotting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not saying
I don't believe Jar's a real human being. I think Jar is like a psyop. I'm being real. Jar is a psyop. Like he's not a real person. Whoa! He isn't.
The first post to a minor was that fart fetish image, right?
I don't know actually. I don't remember that. I know that he asked the Jaden Animations lewd shit to the minor, but he didn't know it was a minor at the time, and then they said they were a minor, and Jar stopped talking to them, but still kind of talked to them. It was kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh no, don't pretend to be a 14-year-old around me. What I'm saying is I immediately got suspicious of that. And who knows? It could have been an actual 14-year-old who just misspelled the word happy and was really socially awkward with how they said, hi, I want to make you hoppy. I just felt uncomfortable about that. I blocked them and I moved on with my day. I don't see why... I really don't see the problem.
It's the way you're describing it. You said it was a honeypot. That's crazy to say. Like, you could have just said this is a suspect account and I blocked it. I didn't want to engage with it. You could have just said that instead of using the word honeypot. That's everyone's point. You gotta be kidding.
Problem.
Like I said, it was just maybe like the wording of it again. That's like just another thing that was like wording. Which, I mean, I know you like recognize even like yesterday when we talked about it that like, you know, sometimes you say things that not in the best of wording and it gets you in the shit.
I'm aware that nothing has gotten me in trouble more than my mouth.
Right. I mean, I guess like what I'm also kind of confused about.
Stop doing commentary content then. Stop it.
Cindy, right, was like an alleged child predator or, you know, alleged groomer or whatever.
I wouldn't call it alleged. It's not alleged. It's true.
Whatever label you want to put on it, right? It's just some of the things that you talked about in that call. Why did you tell them that you had files on every art commentator?
It was in case they came after me because like, and honestly, I was just going off because like, and honestly, I was just trying to pretty much just sound cool because...
Stop it. Jar's a psyop. He's not a real human being. He's not... I just tried to look cool explaining the Tower of Babel to a fucking groomer. You're almost 30, homie. Why are you trying to sound cool to like a 20-year-old?
Give me a second.
I get why Queeman can't hate him. I get it. He's so funny. He's like, he is unintentionally hilarious. This is the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard.
I think I just did it to make sure they could also tell me things with honesty because I was like, hey, look, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, first it was I tried to look cool. Now it's changed to, well, I wanted them to be more honest with me because I told them that I have files on top of files of everybody in the art commentary community. It went from I wanted to look cool to now I wanted them to be comfortable with me. That is insanity.
With you can be honest with me.
All right.
This is better than the DJ Academics video. I might actually scrap the AK video. This is too funny.
So, I mean, that is kind of like a little bit of like an odd move to do in that situation regardless, but like, I don't know.
Absolutely. That's why I edited it out of the original thing, and then I wanted to be transparent and leak the full thing.
Yeah.
Like, I could have kept that to myself, but I wanted to be upfront. Unfortunately, that's now just seen as self-reporting. You don't admit to something, you're hiding it. If you admit to it, you're self-reporting.
I mean, regardless of like if you meant it or not, I just thought it was like a weird thing to just say in that situation, just because like it's a person with allegations. You know, you're talking to them, you're interviewing them, right?
Yeah.
Just
I already admitted I completely have no excuse for how I had to conduct myself in that call.
Right.
I'm glad you recognize that, Jar. I'm glad you recognize that. I fucking love this.
I mean, I think you might have tapped on this a little bit. But...
You know, like, just doing the bare minimum. If you're interviewing somebody who has allegations against them, maybe not talk about how they can't how that other person can't masturbate, laugh at them, like make fun of them for being gay or whatever the fuck, or like them not being gay. I don't even remember. It was such an obviously leading interview because he already had a bias because he just believed what Kumo said.
But is there any reason why you also ask like leading questions?
Could you repeat that?
You might have answered this before, but just to ask just again, is there any reason why you ask Cinebear like leading questions in the interview? Jar?
Could you elaborate more?
What do you mean elaborate? What do you mean elaborate? That's a standard question. Jar, you acknowledge that you did lead questions in the interview, and the interview came across as leading. Why was there such hesitation on this? Jar, are you having a coding error? Yeah, he's having a coding error.
Okay.
I'm trying to understand the best I can because that's...
Yeah, sorry. I'll put it a little bit like a bit easier to understand. Is there...
You need to bring it down to retard level, Ace.
Any reason in the interview, like when you ask Cinebear questions, is there any reason why you ask them questions to basically lead, it felt like you kind of like wanted to lead them to an answer you wanted them to answer with?
Honestly, I was extremely tired. It was late for me, and I also did...
It was late for me. So I asked leading questions for them to make my video sound better. Bullshit. 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 That is bullshit. You already knew in your head what kind of video you were going to make at the time. Bullshit, Jar.
I didn't want them to run away, and honestly, I have no excuse for myself. I don't know why. I guess I just wanted to hear the answers. I wanted to hear. I didn't want to believe that they were... I think I said this in my video. I didn't want to believe they were as guilty as everybody made them out to be.
There you go. That you just answered. Oh my god. You didn't need to add the caveat of like, oh, I was just really tired. Jar, what you wanted was confirmation bias. The things that we were all criticizing you of, you just admitted to it right now. You admitted to it. You had a confirmation bias. You did this interview with Cinebear to confirm it because you wanted to go against the grain. You wanted to be the person that vindicated Cinebear because you felt like that was necessary, and you wanted them to answer the way that you wanted so your video could fit the narrative you were crafting. You could have just said that, but instead it was, oh, I was tired.
Yeah, it was the first interview I've ever done, and...
Is that true? Is that the first interview Just a Robot's ever done? That doesn't sound real to me. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a fucking second. This is the first interview that Just a Robot's ever done in his whole career. I don't know why I think that's bullshit. Laka, you saying no it's not. Who did he interview? Who did he interview? He's done many. Give me some names. Let's see if I can pull those up. No, so this is him conducting an interview. Him conducting interviews, not him being the interviewee. He's done videos on interviewing people like Antunes. Okay, let's see if I can find this video. All right, Just a Robot, Antunes. All right, where are we here?
I'm a lesbian.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? I'm a lesbian. Let me see here. Is it in this video, Laka? Up, there we go. So he's done a DM interview. So he has done interviews. You can argue that he hasn't done a call interview, but he has interviewed people before. These are questions that he asked Antunes about their drama. So he knows how to conduct an interview. Whether or not it's call versus text can be a semantical argument on that. But Jar said that is the first time he's ever done an interview. Okay? I don't believe it. I didn't believe it.
Mind if we take a break for a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Just, I'll stay on call. I just will mute myself. I just want to get something.
Yeah, sure.
Please tell me Ace cut out this stuff. He didn't.
I just grabbed some water and used the bathroom real quick.
That's fine.
Yeah, so I honestly think my thought process at the time was I didn't want her to run away, and sometimes you have to ask people leading questions when they're in a state of panic, but I think the way I did it was incredibly stupid.
You should not be leading questions. I understand you don't want them to leave the call, but you shouldn't be giving them softball questions that you're hoping that they're going to answer so that you can craft the narrative that you want. Your job is to talk about what actually happened and to get their unabashed side, not the side that you want them to say.
I'm not the person to handle stuff like this, so I'm not ever going to try to do something like this again.
Right. What made you want to get involved anyways?
Honestly, I felt bad for them. I thought it was, it just seemed like something was off. I did feel bad for them, and which
I will admit, There was a gay op happening in the background between Jack and all these little freaks that are no longer sweeping for Jack anymore. There was a gay op. I watched the call. We're going to upload it to the channel eventually. The gay op that Birdie and their little friends were running in regard to the Cinny Bear stuff, but Cinny Bear's also a freak groomer. Both things can be true at once. That there was a gay op happening, but Cinny Bear is a disgusting groomer. Your problem, and Kumo's problem, was that you guys only thought a gay op was happening and not looking at the real evidence.
I have a lot of feelings with a lot of dramas where I feel like something's off, and I don't say anything, only for things to get revealed later on. Like with the John Swan and Dream drama, I was very suspicious about everything. I didn't say anything. I was like, dang it. And I wanted to take my time with this, like go through it slowly.
Why is John Swan being mentioned in this? Poor John Swan. He can't escape it.
And I really thought there was something here because at the end of the day, if I was wrong, I knew I would get bashed, Cindy would still get bashed, and that's how things would have gone. Like, if I was right, I would have helped someone. And, yeah.
You know, one more. Thinking.
Oh, last question?
No, I think there was a couple things I still had to ask. Hold on. Fuck. It just kind of, like, slipped my mind. Hold on.
Take your time.
Yeah. What else was there? Okay, yeah. I guess, in the Jar Lyo call. Yeah, Jar. Yeah. I was kind of...
Dude. This is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny. Okay, because I've already talked to the party affected by this section, so I already know what's coming up in this part. Now listen, I'm just gonna let it play, and I'm gonna let you know what I think. Okay, I'm just gonna let it go.
I'm confused about like something. It seemed like you kind of admitted to something that sounds really fucked up. There was like a part where I think Lyo just basically just says you use people as tools or stepping stones, and you just kind of like didn't negate that.
Lyo was yelling a lot. I mean, I did push back on one thing. And
Lyo was yelling a lot. Okay. Does anyone remember when I reviewed the Lyo Convoy Just a Robot call? Did anyone watch that? Did anyone watch when I reviewed that? Now, if you know anything about Lyo, he's a maniac. he's a fucking maniac. But like, out of all the things I've seen Lyo do in regard to calls and confronting people, there was no lying. There was no yelling in that call. There was frustration, but there was no yelling. It was him talking to a retarded kid and being like, I am frustrated with you and you need to listen. There's a difference between yelling and being frustrated with somebody who he thought was his friend. I don't know if we can call that yelling, Jar. I think that's crazy to call it yelling. Also, chat, I have a question. Okay, I'm going to pose it to my chat here. Lyo offered me the lion head that he wore where he was dressed up like a samurai. Should I say yes to having that sent to me? And I get a letter of authenticity that it is from Lyo Convoy. Should I get it? I don't have to pay for it. He just said he'll send it to me. I think I should take it. I think I should take the lion head. It's a piece of the channel's history. I am gonna disinfect it. You fucking crazy.
And that was the only thing I pushed back on was I said I don't always go back.
Damn, son, I gotta give Lyo my address. Oh god.
My apologies. And then I asked him, what have I gone back on? And he said, I don't have any examples. So like I don't know what was going on.
I'm gonna talk to Lyo about it. I want that head. I want it on a little desk right there. Actually, no, I'm gonna hang it up on the wall right there. On the camera angle. I'm gonna hang it up right up there. I'm gonna put it in a fucking glass box, and it's just gonna say "Trophy of Lyo."
Like, no, I shouldn't say that. I knew what was going on. The thing is,
oh, that's a good idea. Put it in the trophy case of dramas that I've had.
I don't know.
You know what? I have been collecting mementos of different dramas that I've had. I might actually make like a fucking gay little case or something just for the memories.
What he was saying, so I just decided to stay quiet and not say anything because after the Chud call, I just made an ass of myself. So
I haven't touched the Boblax plushie. It's still like I haven't touched it since Boblax did this whole like gay fucking Mr. McManchi shit. I refuse to touch it now. I think it's cursed. I'm gonna be brutally honest. I think it's cursed now.
I just wanted to stay quiet. And I don't think I use people.
I'm not gonna touch the Boblax plushie.
I really don't think I do that. But what if I do that? And I was in not the best mental state. I've been questioning myself a lot. I mean, I can't really think of
like the Green Goblin mask.
Yeah, true.
An example of using someone as a stepping stone. Like I didn't be like, More importantly, what does that mean?
I don't even believe it's the opposite of the Sonichu medallion. I don't believe it's the opposite. I think it's becoming the next Sonichu medallion. Slowly, it's becoming that.
Using someone as
I don't want to take a risk, dude. I don't want to take the risk.
stepping stone. Well, I mean, it would most likely, I guess, infer in this context that you would befriend someone with just only the intention in mind.
What if Lyo's head's cursed? Well, Lyo's gonna have to wrap it in plastic wrap, and then I'm gonna have to wear gloves, and then I'm gonna put it in a box. Okay, I'm not gonna physically touch it with my fucking hands.
To backstab them in a video later, so that you could grow yourself. Which I guess that's what that was implied there.
Any example? The only example, the closest thing I can think of is the name's Junkie, and he went against me first, and I begged him to just talk things out with me, and he wouldn't. And then I thought, okay, I'm just going to talk about what he's been saying about me behind the scenes, and that's the closest thing I can come to. Like, I didn't backstab Lyle Convoy. Sure, I was working on a video, but I never made it. And I've been going back and forth on it for several months. I didn't backstab Spockter. We weren't that close, and
Junkie was in the FCK. Thuman, where are you? I know you're still here. Yeah, I see you, woman. Where's your video? Where is the FCK video of Akumu and Thuman? I need it now. I have been screaming from the rooftops. I want to cover the FCK drama. Akumu knows that I want it. Someone upload the damn videos.
No, I was pretty charitable, all things considered, at least in comparison to other videos back then.
Wasn't the example he used in the call, if I remember correctly, Doodle Tones per se? Or...
I mean, Doodle Tone started it with me, and I tried to work things out with Doodle Tones for a long.
Oh, Doodle Tones, the diaper fetish roleplay enthusiast. Imagine being in a call with Doodle fucking Tones.
Time Doodle Tones got exposed. That Doodle Tones getting exposed had nothing to do with me.
Right.
I didn't even know what was going on, but I'm also kind of if I did know what was.
I have an idea. If Jar wants forgiveness from me, he needs to give me his voice changer modulator. I need what he uses to change his voice into a robot, and I will put that in a box with a lion head.
Was going on. Do you think I should have talked about what was going on with the FCK stuff? Because
I'm going to start collecting trophies. Keem collects play buttons. I'm going to collect gay little trophies.
I'm put in this situation. If I don't talk about what my friends do, I'm hiding stuff. If I do talk about it, I'm a backstabber. The thing is, I've done neither.
Right. No, I don't think you should be silent about the FCK. I think that would be something I would encourage you to talk about as a situation now. I wouldn't ever discourage someone to talk about the FCK unless their only intention was to sweep things up or hide something. But I don't think that's what you would ever plan to do from my knowledge.
I agree that Jar should have said something about the FCK stuff. I don't really have a problem with that.
Yeah, and I was also kind of just letting Lyo vent because he seemed like he had a lot of built-up anger.
Bro, it was more frustration than I can't believe I'm defending Lyo in a fucking call like this. But dude, Lyo could have yelled at you like he did all the other fucking people. He didn't. He literally didn't. You're pissing me off, Jar.
Yeah. I won't lie. Lyo has helped me a lot privately, and I do thank him for that. That's why I was having such a hard time making.
Goes to say that Lyo was screaming and yelling at me too. Well, Lyo really helped me out a lot. Which is it, you fucking asshole?
A video on him because I didn't know if it was the right thing to do or not. Because should you only be nice to people who are nice to you? If someone helps you out, should you never call them out? But I never leaked anything about Lyo, as far as I know. The closest thing was a DM to Kumo, and I asked Lyo for permission to do that.
Right. I mean, I guess we could ask about that a little bit with the Lyo Convoy video. What was what was going to be your angle with it? Just because I'm kind of curious.
Oh, I forgot that Jar was working on a Lyo Convoy video. When the peak of the Lyo drama, the Kino Lyo drama. Lyo will hate me for calling it Kino, but it was Kino.
What would have you talked about, per se?
Well, the thing is, I can make up anything. I can say anything. I can say, oh, it was a defense video or an offensive video. I was just trying to go over his history and everything.
What?
Right. I mean, I guess we could ask about that a little bit with the Lyo Convoy video. What was I guess what was going to be your angle with it? Just because I'm kind of curious. What would have you talked about, per se?
Well, the thing is, I can make up anything.
Why would you do it that way? Didn't you have an idea of what kind of video? Why do you have to preface it with, well, I could have lied, I could have made stuff up, I could have done this, but I had ultimately was just going to do a history video on him. Why preface that in the beginning? Why would you say that?
I can say anything. I can say, oh, it was a defense video or an offensive video. I was just trying to go over his history and everything he did. But the thing is, this is completely anecdotal because no one knows what I was going to say at this point because I never made the video. So I honestly don't see the point in even asking this question because
he's curious. You were going to make a video on the history of your friend.
Let's be honest here. I can very easily lie about what my intentions were because no one knows.
I mean,
But if you're trying to be honest in an interview, wouldn't you want to just tell the truth, Jar? Like, what the fuck is going on?
I guess you could lie.
Why even say that? Jar is literally the ultimate snake. Tipster and Boblax can't hold a fucking candle to Jar.
If that's what you want
Yeah,
the
like-
answer to be.
Yeah, because like there's no proof either way.
I mean, you still have the draft of your script, right?
I don't think I
Why are you thinking about this?
do. I think I could look for it, but I don't think I do.
I mean, I guess like that would be the only way if like in your situation that you probably could prove the truth is if you showed someone what you were writing. But I don't know. That's your choice. But yeah, I mean, I don't know because I was just trying to ask you for your side on it, but like I mean, it would have been. I guess the answer would have affected.
Jar
I don't
says
know.
he's gonna make Leo video and implies he's been planning it also. Jar, I have no idea what I was gonna say in my Leo video.
Yeah, crazy, right? It's almost like Jar is lying there. It's almost like he was going to jump on the bandwagon against his friend. And he just doesn't want to say it out loud.
I'm trying to think the answer that could have answered something. Like if you were gonna make the video just to shit on him endlessly.
He did hype it up. He did hype up the Lyle Convoy video.
That probably would not be a positive thing, but I don't know. Depends. Really depends how your answer could have been. But
Yes, the thing is though, let's say I released a script. How do people know I didn't like change it or edit it or whatever? Like at this point, oh yeah. Well, the thing is though, like at this point, I didn't even make the video, so I don't see why anyone should care. So
It's more of a curiosity thing. You were hyping up the video. You were hyping it up and saying, oh, this Lyle Convoy video, this Lyle Convoy video, Lyle Convoy video. You were hyping it. It's not out of the realm of Ace asking you that question while you're in the call.
I'm
well, yeah, I mean that's fully your
and
choice.
I don't see why it's
I'm
and
just
I also
asking.
don't see
No, I get that. Like it's definitely like your choice whether to make it public or not. I mean, I was just asking to see like what you were gonna like talk about it if you were to make it, but if
well,
you don't wanna
it
share
doesn't matter
that's fine.
anymore. It doesn't matter because I'm not making it. And if people are very mixed on Lio, he's mostly hated. So
Yeah, he is. He is mostly hated. He is mostly hated. Like, bro. That's true. That's true. But I will argue that Lio has gotten a little bit better. I can argue that. I still stand by all the shit I said.
it's whatever at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I'm trying to think because I guess like just looping back to that thing that was said with the whole like stepping stones and like tools thing. Were you trying to? Like, did you have like the end goal of maybe defending Cinny to hopefully one day that if you were in drama to ask her for help?
That has never worked.
That has never worked.
Why would I do that? That has never worked for me ever.
Wait, but you turned around and did state that you were hoping that you could get something out of that relationship. That you wanted a group of people and friends to work with you in the event that you were Bro, you brought it up in the Chud Logic stream. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just asking you. Like, was that your end
No.
goal?
No, because anytime, especially people like, there are certain people who would be able to help me, who I could befriend. Cindy is definitely not one of them.
Right.
I mean, girl can't even defend herself, so why would I ask her for help?
No, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, you in the video and in the live stream, Laka's right. You did say that you wanted their help. Why are you lying?
It's like when you say it like that, I can see that. I don't know. It's just like with the DMs. It's like
Ace, you should have revisited Jar's old video, bro. This is so many lies.
you did definitely have a little bit of a savior complex, a little bit.
That's fine. I really thought I was doing the right thing because I thought worst case scenario, people bash me and Cindy falls anyways, and I thought that was the worst case scenario. But if the best case scenario was like I was actually onto something here, I think what I did was ultimately selfless, but anyone
Selfless? What are you talking about? Was it selfless? You didn't do the research. You had a confirmation bias that City Bear was fucking innocent. Or that they were innocent enough that you could turn the tide of the drama. Why is he talking like this? Oh, I was being selfless defending a groomer. Or trying to not do the research to understand why people are mad at this person and why the evidence stacks against them.
would say that. So I don't know. It's up to the judgment is up to
This is BS because Jar literally said he wanted to have Cine and Akumu help him against the ACC
Yes.
in his response addressing his allegations. Lamau.
He's just lying. Like, he's actually just fucking lying.
the eye of the beholder or whatever you say.
I mean, the only thing is, like, I think I would respect that perspective a lot more if you went through the research a lot more thoroughly. Because I
True, so fucking true.
feel
I
like
know.
you wouldn't have came to the same conclusion. I feel like you would have been at least to a similar conclusion to a lot of people. I mean, even Kumo conceded that it was sexual misconduct with a minor, like on other streams, which he has even said is worse than grooming. Which
Well, hold on. Kumo, after a while, after a while, even though the evidence was in front of his retarded, beady little fucking eyes, then conceded when Beckett showed him more evidence. And when he found out about the call, he didn't think anything was that bad. It was locker room girl talk. Kumo is lying there, okay? Kumo called it locker room girl talk, which is insanity.
At that point, I don't know why he would still defend her.
Kumo confuses me. But like, sexual okay, I'm. Can we take a break so I can ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you think sexual misconduct is worse than grooming, or like, what is sexual misconduct?
I haven't like seen like the actual definition of it. It's just I remember that was a claim he made.
Because like, when I think of grooming, like I think of people like trying to meet up with a minor in person.
Char, yes, that is a factor of it, okay? That is a outcome that can happen. Grooming can also deal with the intention of getting the minor comfortable enough to engage with acts that they normally wouldn't, so that person can get their rocks off on it and corrupt the child.
And
prepping for sex, that would be the core definition, yes.
Yeah, so that's I don't know what sexual misconduct means, but if he said, "Oh, I think this thing is worse than grooming, but I'm still going to defend her."
All right, so here's like I'm just looking up a definition. What is defined as sexual misconduct? Involvement in any sexual contact when the victim is unable to consent.
Jar, how do you not know what that is? I'm done. I can't. This dude is so fucking stupid. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it.
So I mean,
he should not be doing drama content. He should not be covering grooming and pedophile or rape or any of these allegations. He can't do it.
That would be like.
That sounds like. So is it rape? Like
Is it rape?
No, please. I'm not trying to be stupid. I'm really asking here because like when I hear not consent, that's the first thing that pops into my mind.
Well, yeah, I mean.
Okay. Yes.
I guess if I read more of this, I don't even know why I was making that claim. Intentional and unwelcome touching of or coercing, forcing, or attempting to coerce or force another to touch a person's intimate parts, defined as genital area, groin, inner thigh, buttocks, or breast. They weren't even met in person. I don't know why I was making that claim.
I think this is just a case of I don't misusing the word, but I think it's very weird to call something worse.
Bro, this reminds me of a clip of one of Jar's videos. Jar did talk about the FCK, want to see what he said back in 2022 in regards to reminders being sent porn. Laka, send that. I'm going to make you a temporary mod. Send that to me, and I might save that for the FCK video when we need to look at how Jar handled it and all the ACC people handled it. I need to start collecting all the videos of all the people that were defending the FCK. I need to start collecting all these people.
Worse than grooming, but I'm still going to defend it. But I did say in my video, Cindy did absolutely 100% speak very inappropriately around minors. I said it was wildly inappropriate. It was an optic nightmare. My biggest...
It's not just an optic nightmare. They actually were sending that. They were getting the minor to engage in the sexual rape role play. Then, on top of that, they were trying to get the minor to engage with role play over voice call. It is not just inappropriate. It is not just an optics nightmare. It is getting them comfortable enough to engage with sexualized behavior with an adult. Grooming. Stop calling it an optics nightmare. It's not just an optics nightmare.
Issue was I was focused on, is this grooming or not? But like, and I thought, well, she was already bashed for what she did. So like, and everybody already hated her. So.
Right.
Then why go in the opposite direction when there was obvious evidence? Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
We're just looping back. We're looping.
Because I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like with Kumo too, like I know, like with another thing that you like said, you kind of like were a bit more convinced on his side for two things, if I remember correctly. One, usually he's very like bad-faced and malicious and has a very low bar of what he considers pedophilia, but was defending Cindy. And I believe the second one is he seemed to have won a few debates. Just like a little bit of a question with that too. If he won a few debates, right? What debates do you think he won? Just to start off with something simple.
I couldn't find the footage, so like I just remember at the time like him yelling at people and the people being like changing their minds on Cindy Bear, and I was like,
you listen to debates of him debating retards off of Twitter. It was no one of importance. What debates? It's tards on Twitter that Kumo was debating. It was no one of relevance.
It's like, this guy seems like he really wants to fight for someone. Maybe he's onto something, because there's been so many cases where everybody's bashing someone only for it to get reversed later. And I thought maybe he might have been onto something. And I really thought, worst case scenario, if I'm wrong, I'm just going to get bashed and Cindy is still going to get canceled. And something even worse than that happened.
Yeah, I mean, one thing like I kind of have a hard time following with your logic is like, his low bar thing, right? It's like that's one thing, but it's like you've also recognized that I think you called him like schizophrenic, if I remember correctly, or like mentally unwell or something like that in your video. And
Yes.
it's like
I heard a rumor that he was schizophrenic, but I didn't say that. I don't believe I said he was.
But what? Whoa, Jar. Whoa, Jar.
Alright,
Whoa.
Chokumo slamming gilded poor Beckett.
Whoa, Jar. Hold on.
Hey everyone.
Okay, Kumo. I'm just gonna.
At first, people said it was not only okay, but a good thing that Kumo leaked an early draft of my video before it was ready. They claimed he only did it to keep me from uploading my video, which isn't the best strategy in my opinion. It's kind of like stopping your friend from shooting a guy in the face by taking the gun and shooting the guy in the face yourself. And also, I don't think what Kumo did has ever worked, like, ever. But people seem to start walking back on this claim once they realize that Kumo wasn't all there.
None of you know what the fuck you're even talking about. You keep twisting the context. And people wonder why I get upset. People wonder why I get loud. And people wonder why I fucking scream. I'm gonna start flashing.
Kumo was trying to sabotage me because he doesn't like me.
The thing is that Jar knows Kumo's history. Jar was in calls with Lio about Kumo. People were talking about Kumo behind the scenes in the ACC. I don't believe for a fucking second that Jar didn't know that Kumo was potentially mentally unwell. Jar's opinion also on the FCK. I got an interesting screenshot of Jar's real opinion on adults talking inappropriately to minors. This is them talking about the FCK. You know, the giant sermon that groomed minors stream next week on Guess Who? Inappropriate with minors normally, but it is. That's an oof take. How's that so? You think a 22-year-old should be arrested because he said dick as a 16-year-old is present? That's not even the same thing. That's not even remotely the same thing. That's not even, what are you talking about, Jar? That's not even remotely close to the same thing. Oh my god. He's so fucking dumb.
Schizophrenic in his video.
I think
But
He's like too stupid to be malicious.
unwell or something like that because he showed the crash out clip he had on like the Brion topic right after.
Oh yeah, but that's like that's just yelling. That's not like anything major. I mean, if I saw a clip of you yelling, I would think you were just like really angry and upset. I don't think that would be proof of you being mentally unwell.
But you did know that Kumo was mentally unwell. The whole RACC knew that. Kumo's talked about it. Don't pretend that you didn't know.
I think, yeah, he sometimes, even people who are mentally unwell, like a lot of the times they do have like important things to say. Some of the greatest minds are mentally unwell.
I mean, I guess
And-
I just wouldn't you like take it with a grain of salt if they have been like very bad faith and malicious to a lot of people? I mean, heck, they've literally considered Mr. Sen to be just a flat out pedophile, and they called him a pedophile multiple times and like that. And I think you're aware of the Mr. Sen stuff, right?
Yes, I gave I recently blocked him because I was waiting because he reached out to me, but I just blocked him because I didn't want to hear it because I've been giving him a chance for a very long time to make a video to defend himself, but it's just never going to come out at this point. I think he's just going to bite the bullet on that, but I wasn't willing to risk defending him because it looked like he was guilty.
I mean, the messages did happen. That was like confirmed. Even like he conceded to it.
Well, he kept on telling me that it was like a context or fake, and I said, okay, I'll wait for your response, and he never made it.
Yeah, I mean, he kept saying that.
I literally do not care about the Mr. Sen drama.
Oh, finally.
I mean, he still tries to say he didn't know that it was Lolly. Very shitty judgment calls. I should probably be skeptical of what he's saying.
It was more like, okay, his bar of being what counts as a pedo is so low, or I guess in this case, I think I'm using the term so low. Like, he's called so many people pedophiles for so many reasons, so I thought, if he doesn't think this person's a pedophile, maybe he's onto something. Maybe he is, because when the least charitable guy in the room is being charitable, maybe I thought maybe I should hear him out.
But you're retarded then. Wait a minute, you're retarded. Hold on. Jar, if somebody that you know constantly acts in bad faith, and that bad faith individual starts saying the opposite of what you expect them to, wouldn't you want to double check that? Wouldn't you be a little suspicious of them saying those things? Why would you just go, well, he's probably onto something? No, that should make you more suspicious. What does that even mean?
I see. I mean, you could definitely hear them out to hear a person's side, but I mean, even with Kumo, some of the things he was saying, he was trying to like say that there was one of the craziest things he was saying, which was not spread around as much, was he unironically thought that Birdie and like all these people organized a gay op against
They technically did. Okay. To Ace's naivete here, I don't know if he's watched the leaked call, but they were running operations to like do life ruination and stealing the cat and coordinating her getting fired from her job and all this shit. there were gay ops happening, not to the extreme that Kumo was thinking that they drugged Cinny Bear, but gay ops were happening to some degree. But the thing is that the gay op argument and Cinny Bear being a legitimate groomer can both coexist in the same exact situation. They can both happen at the same time.
Bear to, and like what his theory was, that they all sent the minor to Cinnabear so that Cinnabear would fuck up.
That was a retarded fucking thing. That is not a part of the gay ops.
I wouldn't put it past him to say that. I wouldn't put it past him.
Well, yeah, he said that in a live stream, and then it just like that whole thing got debunked because the group chat got leaked, and there was literally nothing of that happened or any of the sort of that happened. So it's like I don't know. I don't know. With what I know with Kumo, I always take everything that he says with a grain of salt. I guess I could try to understand why you took it the way you did, but I don't know. If I was in your position, I would personally thought, yeah, this guy fucks up a lot of cases.
That's exactly why you're not in my position, and I am. I made a very, very stupid judgment call, and I'm going to have to deal with the consequences from my action.
Yeah, and it's very clear that like Kumo was definitely biased. I think DMs got leaked where they were just saying that they were defending Cinny just as a way to get the birdie from like the Cinny support squad, and it was.
I mean, I kind of got suspicious of that when he sent me. Not saying, just a little suspicious. I want to make that clear. When he said, "Oh, just ignore Cinny, talk about Birdie," and I was like, "Why do you want me to talk about Birdie so badly?" Because like, I'm going to be honest here. There's nothing I can do to Birdie. Birdie has been canceled really, really hard back in like 2016, 2017 by like so fucking hard, and they just stayed on the internet. So I'm like, I don't see how I can do anything to Birdie.
Right.
You can't really do anything to Birdie, but you can still talk about it. You shouldn't listen to Kumo saying ignore Cinny Bear. Obviously, that was him running defensive ops. But like, bro, don't you have some autonomy to understand that both of these people are fucking insane?
Right.
Yeah, Birdie is I will admit,
Dumb? They are malicious.
I wasn't happy with the whole "my roommate groomed a minor, please give me money."
Right. No, like,
I wasn't happy. It was an obvious fraud. Obvious fraud.
Obviously, Birdie's made mistakes in the situation for sure.
Yeah, and so have I. And yeah, I don't want to just run away. I want to correct my mistakes and not repeat them.
Yeah, I mean, I think Birdie like borderline scammed their audience because like they haven't really used
borderline. No, they did scam the audience. Ace, what are you doing? They did scam their audience. They used the money to buy My Little Pony shit, buy a wheelchair that they don't use. Like, dude, it was a scam. Birdie scammed these retards.
money for anything that they said they're going to yet. In fact, they
from what I've heard, it was either the two rumors I heard was they either spent it all on toys or they couldn't get it off of their account.
They did spend it on toys.
Like the money's still there.
Well, they definitely spent hundreds of it at least on My Little Pony products. There's DMs that got leaked and all that shit. And it's like that's not anything that you need to survive with or anything. It was on My Little Pony stuff that they spent it on at Grubhub and Uber Eats and stuff like that.
Well, this has been going on for nearly an hour. Can we wrap it up?
All right. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I need to ask? Because for the most part, I feel like I asked a lot of the things I needed to. Yeah, I think that might be everything.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Ace. Thanks for allowing me to at least get my side out there. I understand I'm not the best in live calls. So who knows, maybe I said something I shouldn't have. I just wish there was, like with these allegations, aside from the Cinny Bear stuff, everything else doesn't seem to have that much evidence backing it up, at least from my perspective.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
that you're a retard, there's not a lot of evidence to suggest that you're retarded. Come on, dude. Come on! What are you talking about? Bruh, you're killing me here. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls. You really are. You're murdering me here. There's no way for me to be like remotely charitable to Jar anymore. It's just literally impossible. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get going now. I have a few.
Jesus Christ. Thank you all for watching.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you Core for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the LOLcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.